Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently in the process of taking over the remnants of the Ptolemaic kingdom, and we're going to make some good progress on that here very shortly. We are dropping our aggressive expansion, and that's good, because we're going to need to. And I don't think we should spend money at this moment. I want to save money, because we're probably going to need to hire some mercs to deal with the Ptolemaic armies up here, as well as this area here. So then these guys would invade, like, out over here. These guys, we would probably move them back to the fleet and have them pre-positioned to deal with one of these two forces. Although, we don't have enough to actually deal with these. We would still need mercenaries. So that is noted. For now, Napata is the goal, and that should not be particularly difficult. Our civic advances have advanced, and we do need to grab something here. And I think Logistics Division makes a lot of sense. We need more supply limit. That will be magnificent. So that looks good. And then the question is, with all of this effort that we've been putting into our military recently, are we in a position where we can easily win against the Ptolemaic military? That didn't used to be the case, but it might be the case now. And I guess we'll find out. The slave revolt has been defeated, apparently. Okay, I don't recall there being a slave revolt, but whatever. We'll show them leniency. That'll be fine. I definitely don't remember there being a slave revolt, but okay. So Napata is going to be ready in November. So we should probably get these guys moving. It's currently August, so let's get these down. I don't know if we're going to want to keep these guys separated or if we're going to want to merge them. I'll make that decision after we're ready to go here. So it's currently September. And actually, I'm going to move these guys up to here. We have a risk of rebellion up over here. We have no governor there right now. Let's put this guy in. He automatically put it on harsh treatment, so no problem there. That looks good. Okay, so it's currently September, and we'll have this in November. So that seems wonderful. It will be October shortly. Now it's October. Okay, so we do have a bunch of buildings going in, of course. That's fine. Do we want the soldiers to have their due? No, this is a dangerous precedent. And I don't know who this guy is. He's going to be a problem. Sure. So we're going to need to bribe this guy for sure. There we go. That looks good. And we're just waiting on our claim on Napata finishing. In we go as of the 1st. I'm deeply unconcerned about this. Oh! The Ptolemaic revolt no longer exists. This is all Ptolemaic kingdom now. That has an effect on the landscape. A significant effect on the landscape. Okay. So with that in mind, there's a couple of things. One, I want to think about putting in a fort up over here, but all of these are currently set up with farming settlements. Perhaps a fort up over here? Nope. Okay, so we're just going to have to abandon this. Noted. So I'm just thinking about how this war will play out now. This is a significant change. We could hire a lot of mercs and still force it through. That is a theoretical possibility. This doesn't change at all. Napata is still going to fall here. So we're going to declare that war. And these guys are going to head into here. These guys are just going to chill out in Nuri for now. We're probably going to want to have all of these forces be combined together for the engineers. That said, we lack access into the Ptolemaic kingdom. Okay. So they're attacking this way. That would be a very, very long walk around for us. I don't think we're going to bother with that. Okay. So we would gain 100 gold. That sounds good. But yeah, I'm thinking mercs would be the way to go. So we do currently need a governor in Lower Nubia, and no one here that far down for a scorned family member? Okay, well, it's just a governor. I guess it's fine. We could get a bountiful harvest. We could get some gold, or we could get some stability here. I'm going to take the stability. Stability is very, very good here. Okay, so So I think we should probably merge these together and have the extra units of siege engineers, but we still don't have much in terms of, like, siege ability, right? We've not focused on our siege ability as of yet. We've focused more on combat ability, which is more important, to be sure, but I'm definitely interested in getting some siege ability going. So Upper Egypt is our vassal here, as is Farfara. So this means that likely we're not going to be able to annex the Ptolemaic Kingdom in one go the way I had planned to. We'll probably have to carve this up in about 3. So I'm currently thinking that we would take some territory out here. That's interesting. These are uncolonized now over here. So this is Ptolemaic, and of course they have all of this territory up here that we would want to take over from them. But I think taking this area down here and working northward might end up being smarter at this time. But that's definitely a significant change to the landscape. I was under the impression the Ptolemaic revolt was going to remain because they were at peace. But apparently not. Apparently they ended the civil war and reunified. So that is good to know. The question is, what exactly do we want to have, or what exactly do we want to make with that information, right? So I'm thinking we take Napata, we take this in the Ptolemaic War, and then push up as far as our aggressive expansion allows us. And then we have to chill. Then we can, in the next war, take Tabanesi and vassalize them. And then whatever's left up over here and or over here. And then the last war would be going after their Anatolian provinces. We could do it the other way around, though. And that's probably the safer way to go, because if we do it the other way, Macedon or Armenia is likely to swoop in and try to take this territory. Carthage could come over this way. So all of that would be bad. We're going to gain 3 free stability. Thank you very much. So I think we need to go after the Anatolian provinces first. So that's definitely noted. Carthaginian navy coming on through there. Okay. And we're certainly working on building these hexaires. But as of right now, we only have 1 of them. They're going to take a while to build. And that's absolutely understood. We don't necessarily need them as long as we pre-position. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how this is going to go. Taking a bunch of territory up here would be the way to go. That's probably going to be multiple wars up there alone, though. So that is certainly noted. Certainly noted. This makes things a lot more awkward for us. It's not the end of the world by any means, but it's a lot more awkward. No doubt about that. So the Ptolemaics are, of course, very angry with us, and they're currently in an alliance with Tabanesi. Sure. I'm not scared of Tabanesi or necessarily the Ptolemaics. We didn't really fight them last time, so we don't really know how we match up with them militarily, but that would be very interesting to know, for sure. Regardless, this siege is going to be completed soon, and our claim on the Ptolemaics is going to be done right now. So we have a CB on them. I don't want to immediately declare this. It's going to require a fair amount of preparation. Yeah, for sure. So I'm thinking 2 armies on this side, which we have right now. At least 2 armies up here. An army here. So that's looking at like 5 armies. That's going to be fairly significant. No doubt about that. Okay, well, this siege in Napata is just about done. We also just lost our Rob Shagrir, and we should definitely get a new one of those. So that'll be this guy. He'll die pretty soon, so that looks okay. No problem there. But yeah, this made things a lot more awkward for us, for sure, that they reunified that. What are they at in terms of pop? 3356. We have definitely moved in on a lot of their territory. We're up over 10,000 now. Compare that with China, who's at 10,900. We're comparable with China. We are bigger than the Roman Empire in terms of population at this point. So that is a very good thing to note. We're just waiting for Napata's siege to finish. Eventually it will. And then the question is, how much aggressive expansion are we going to get from this? How much are we going to want to wait before we go after the Ptolemaics? And I think the answer to that is not much, if any. Hello, Selgia. We could definitely yoink that. I'm going to move our navy up over to here. I'm going to move these guys up, and we're going to start working on a claim up over here. That looks great. So we would fabricate a claim here. We'll get that going immediately. So that might happen before we fight the Ptolemaics. Not might. That will happen before we fight the Ptolemaics. We're going to have that fairly soon. So eventually this siege will finish. Eventually. As of right now, it's taking a while. No doubt about that. We're just chilling on 35, and keep in mind, a lot of that siege speed is because we don't have anything like sapping. We don't have siege ladders. We don't have siege towers. We don't have Scorpio. There's a lot of things that we don't have over here that we would love to get. We're a ways away from that. We do need a governor up in Greece, and we'll put this guy in. That seems fine. And our navy is arriving here now. So let's get these guys embarked, and we're going to sail our navy up to here. Perfect. So how are we doing on this siege? We're still chilling at 35%. Eventually, we will get this. It could happen now, but it didn't. A food shortage happened, and that is understood. Eventually, this fort will fall. It's only a matter of time. So, these guys are going to attack up over here. We're at 20% on this claim fabrication at this point. Seems fine. And you can see our aggressive expansion is continuing to drop. There's no inherent decay as we're currently the aggressors in a war, but it is dropping by 0.15 per month. So that's not too bad. We're just waiting on this siege at this point. It's a good thing we got here before this fortress finished. That's for sure. Okay, siege. Any moment you want to end. That would be great. Not there. Okay. Well, the defenders are deserting, and that is understood. We could... I don't know if we even have a breach here. We could order an assault, but I don't think we want to do that. They're down to a garrison of 431 men at this point, so their garrison is heavily reduced. Let's just continue to chill here for now. Let's see what happens on this siege roll. There we go. Perfect. No assault necessary. So we're going to allow this to all auto-cap. White peace is currently imminent. Hilarious. Not for long, it isn't. There we go. Ah, they have a force just chilling down over here, preventing this from auto-capping. That's understood. I definitely want to come down here and get that auto-capped. Okay, outrageous. Let's send some administrators. Perfect. Okay, so we stack wipe that force. No surprises there. And we're going to capture this area. So that's a 74% war score, huh? Okay, so that auto-capped. Looks good. Now we're at 99. So I want to just take this, and they'll accept it. This is only for aggressive expansion. So that looks wonderful. And we're going to lose half a point as well. And then we're going to turn this guy right on around, like so. And this is all Judean territory as well, and we never actually built roadage up this. Okay, so that's noted. I'm going to put these guys onto road build. It's not super tremendously efficient, of course, because there are too many of them. But we're just going to head on up over here, and then come down over here, like so. Building a road down here next. And then we may as well grab one up over this way, then come back down and connect it up over here. Okay, that looks good. We're not going to need those guys for our attack on Selgia, so we're going to get that done shortly. And of course, we have these fleets on their way up periodically to join in up here. So that looks good. Do we want the old ways here? No. We're going to offer a counter proposal. We have the gold for this. So we're going to bribe him into not getting rid of our legions, because that would be a dumb thing to do. Incredibly, incredibly dumb. Perfect. Good thing we had a bunch of gold on hand, I suppose. So we're not going to attack the Ptolemaics immediately. I want to get Selkia out of the picture first. So that's the current mission. This will be done on 1 April 678. You can see our aggressive expansion is dropping a little bit faster now. So that looks good. And we do need an oratory researcher, which would be this guy. Excellent. So eventually we will get some additional research done. The question is, how much do we actually need additional supply limit? Honestly, we can come in here and get another 2.5 discipline, and then we could grab... I mean, this wouldn't be all that relevant. We could then come down over this way and grab siege engineers, as well as starting to get... Probably siege ladders would be what we'd look to do, and then we would fill out all of this. So we need to get entrenchment eventually as well. Yeah. That would definitely be a good thing to do, though. We can call down an Omen, and that will definitely be Esther. No doubt about that. We need to get as many people converted as we can. So that looks excellent. Now we can continue to spend money in cities. This is absolutely a thing that we could do. We could put in a tavern here, and that's fine. We're not planning on going to war with the Ptolemaics immediately, so there's kind of no reason not to work on our cities at this moment. So that seems okay. There's not all that much to be done here except for building a tax office, is there? Okay, we're very happy to build tax offices, of course. We'll put in a Freeman district. We'll put in a tavern here. A minor addendum, huh? Actually, yeah, I'll gain the stability. Wonderful. Okay, here we would want a forum. And then up over this way, we're good. Here we would want definitely a pair of Freeman districts. Down here, we would want to certainly consider putting in a slave trader. That looks good. This would then end up being probably a tax office, right? Yeah, definitely a tax office there in Memphis. That's not Memphis. That's Mendez. Okay, perfect. So we are then going to put in tax offices here as well. Doesn't seem like a problem. And here we are too disloyal. That's understood. Up over this direction, we could certainly consider putting in a forum or two, and then a Freeman district. Excellent. And here, very similarly, we would put in a mill. Okay, so that's most of that money spent. We'll just keep the rest for now, and we'll just work on developing that Nile Delta region. Looks excellent. And these roads will be done eventually. So I'm thinking that we would definitely look to annex this territory in a war in its entirety, although not necessarily the first war. I still feel like taking their Anatolian provinces are the way to go, given what we know at this point. This is probably their core power region as well, if I had to guess at this point. We took the Nile Delta from them, so that was their core power region. And now I'm guessing it's probably Anatolia. How indeed would our governor manage without slaves? Cool. So that gets us a bunch more gold. We can come up over here and look at filling out some of these cities. A lot of these are pretty maxed out at this point, and we're not going to be able to get too much more going on in them. But we can get a little bit here and there. So that seems fine. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of these, they haven't been further developed very much, and that's absolutely understood. We'll need to get civilization value and more building slots and just generally more people in them. So this is a Freeman district? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So yeah, as expected, a lot of these cities, there's not much to be done in them. They're pretty well developed at this point, and I'm fairly pleased with where they are. We could continue to boost up some of these, like, research outputs, although that's really not going to do all that much for us. So that's fine. This would, of course, be... Why do we have a court of law here? Let's get rid of that court of law, and then beyond that, we're interested in getting rid of this conscription camp as well, and putting in tax offices. 3 of them. Perfect. So that looks wonderful. This would be a tax office as well. Nothing to be done here. This would be a library, which seems fine. This would be a tax office for sure. Okay, and we have our claim on Selgia at this point. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to move these guys up over here. We're going to hop in and declare this war. They have no allies at all right now. So we're going to declare that, and we're going to hop up over here. Looks excellent. We're going to have to siege 2 locations, but they're both only level 1 forts, and that should go quite quickly. I'm really not very concerned about that. So next up, we would come down to like Laba here, and we would put in a forum. And then this city, we would put in a forum. Actually, we have 2 building slots here, so a forum and a Freeman district. Down over here, we would want to put in a forum. That seems fine. And then we're interested in maybe developing cities up over this way. Yeah, a tavern here seems good. What about up in Cyprus? Well, this is too disloyal at this point to build in. So what about Crete? Here we could definitely put in a building. This is kind of all over the place right now. Okay, so we want to get rid of these conscription camps, and I want to build mills in their place. We're also interested in keeping the Freeman districts. The fort is maybe okay as well for the moment. So let's just put in a slave trader to get that one finished up. Okay, here we produce wood, and this is, again, kind of all over the place. We have a shipyard here, which isn't a terrible thing. Otherwise, this is very all over the place. This is kind of a research city, and kind of not. Let's put in a foundry here. Let's put in some mills. Let's get rid of this academy, and let's put in a Freeman district, and we can put in a slave trader, and we can get rid of these 2 citizen districts. Get another slave trader here. Okay, we will insist on an Oath of Allegiance here. We won the Siege of Selgi. We'll get back to that in a moment. I want to put in a pair of taverns here, or I guess just the 1 tavern for now. Okay, so we won this siege. This guy's probably going to be disloyal now, and we can't bribe him. He was recently convinced. Okay, so he's going to be disloyal. He's still going to go siege this, though. Cool. So we're happy about that. 5 military experience for 3 stability. Actually, I'll take that. Okay, so now he's going to go chase down their army. I guess that's okay. Remember, there's not much we can do about this guy, except now we can bribe him. So that timed out. That looks good. He's still only at 30, though. Okay, so we're going to have to make friends with him. I mean, he's going to stack wipe this, no problem. And now he's going to go siege this. So he's actually doing the right thing here. I don't mind that, but we definitely want to have control of him. We can't guarantee he's always going to be doing what we want him to do. So that is going to be, of course, an issue. So these guys have built their road down over here. I think that we should position them somewhere where they're ideally not going to take attrition. And where would that be? All the way back over here, I guess? Sure, that seems fine for now. And we'll get this siege finished up eventually. It will take some time. A gladiator, huh? Do it. Okay, back over in this city. This wasn't quite done yet. So I wanted to build an additional slave trader here. I want to get rid of this library and put in a tavern. I want to get rid of this library and put in a tavern as well. And then I want to get rid of this conscription camp. And we're going to start putting in forums. We also have granaries in here, so we can get rid of those as well. And that seems absolutely fine. So we're going to get another forum built here. And then from here, we're interested in getting rid of a level of port here. Man, more political influence loss. Okay. A level of port, and that's going to become a tax office. And then we're going to get rid of these 2 commercial districts, and those are both going to become tax offices as well. Something like that. Okay, so we became friends with this guy. Is he loyal now? Yes. Beautiful. So that is good. So this siege will be done very shortly, and we'll get Selgia under our control. And then we're going to start our planning on attacking the Ptolemaics. That's going to take a little bit of effort, because they're pretty spread out. It's definitely going to take us a bit to figure out exactly how we want to handle that. Like, there's this Ptolemaic city here and here. Both of those need to go. All of this we'd want to take. And then we'd want to take this for sure. And then the question is, how much AE would we have to take some of this or some of this? I don't think we could get all of it in a single war. It would have been much more convenient with the Ptolemaic Revolt, because then we would have been able to juggle the two truces, and we would have been able to get differing amounts of aggressive expansion as needed, and just basically keep fighting at all times. That would have been much more convenient. But alas, that is not the way that this is playing out. So this siege is won. We're just going to auto-cap this. We did just lose our Rab Shagrir again. And we want to put in somebody who's very good at this, because that's going to reduce our aggressive expansion more. Okay, so now we want to sue for peace here. We want to take this territory. That's only one aggressive expansion. Nice. So it's really only half of an aggressive expansion. Let's get these guys building road down through here. Something like this, I think. There we go. That'll be fine. And it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to attack the Ptolemaics, and we're going to see exactly what we can get out of that. We're not going to be able to full annex them anytime soon. It's going to require multiple wars for that. But we're definitely going to make some progress here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy Magar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.